Boobies. Now that I have your attention, here's every Valve game explained and or described in 3 sentences. Now I won't go into much detail cause, 3 sentences, but be aware there will be some spoilers in regards to the Half-Life games and their cliffhangers. So, viewer discretion and all that jazz. So, with all that out of the way, let's begin.
Gordon, you lousy motherfucker. Get your dork ass down to the test chamber or else I will shove the sample up your ass.
A generational game that ended boomer shooters and ushered in the modern-day FPS game. I would argue that its effects to the FPS genre are longer lasting and more impactful than the original Doom. This game was so innovative, Valve has yet to make a new game that can surpass it, and honestly, I don't think they ever will. It's like TF2, but old, and without any of the cartoony charm. All the classes could cosplay as a diet demo man since they all had their own grenades. And Spy was still a trash class, but at least he could act like a dead body, so that's cool.
When can we expect the release of Ricochet 2?
In terms of Ricochet 2, we always have this problem that when we talk about things too far in advance...
You didn't know Valve made this game. Apparently this game was made as a dare by someone within the Valve offices just to prove that they could quickly make a game like this. And I don't have a third sentence. This game is just, it's just, what is this game, man?
On my way, son! Door stuck! Door stuck! Please!
This is the raw crack cocaine of competitive tactical shooters. Valve absolutely got this game right the first go-round. Counter-Strike games have barely changed since the year 2000. This game is absolutely foundational to early esports, tactical shooters, and multiplayer gaming as a whole.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
This is kinda like game engine incest, isn't it? Valve in their early days was just publishing any and all games that were just mods of Half-Life 1 if you ask me. And missed opportunity to call this game Half-Quake or Quake Life. Who am I kidding? Those sound terrible.
There you are. Huh? Oh, excuse me. The enemy! Come on, fellas, let's get him!
This was the last game that was running on the Gold Source engine. It's set in World War II and is a team-based tactical shooter with classes. Oh shit, was Day of Defeat the original hero shooter? Huh. What if a Counter-Strike game had a single-player campaign? But shit. This game was made by 5 companies, so naturally, it was a disaster. Technically, this is the last game that ran on the Gold Source engine, but Valve barely had anything to do with this game. I'm wondering why I even included it in this list in the first place. The raw crack of competitive tactical shooters, but this time with physics. This game was super important to anybody who wanted textures in Gmod back in the day. And it's a competitive Source 1 multiplayer game with no skins, 0 out of 10.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
This game was so goddamn disappointing, fans spent the next 15 years trying to fix this mistake with Black Mesa. That's it, I have no further comment. Black Mesa is an amazing game and you should go play it.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how.
This is Valve's magnum opus that pushed so many game mechanics and visuals to its absolute limits back in 2004. 21 years later, it is still better than most FPS games. In fact, it is the only video game that does justice to a physics engine. And this game's influence is so far-reaching, it is the reason why Skibidi Toilet exists. Let that one sink in for a moment. Hi, this is Argonax and we talk about things that don't matter. I'm lumping all of these together because I quite literally have nothing to say about these. I guess Half-Life 2 Lost Coast was a neat little tech demo, and Half-Life 2 Deathmatch is Quake with physics, I guess. I would put more effort into this part of the video, but let's be real, none of you play these games and none of you actually care about these games.
Fine, I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here.
This is the most digestible Half-Life 2 content due to being relatively short. This game proved that Alyx Vance is probably the best AI companion in gaming. And let's be real, this is the game the Gordon x Alyx shippers really like playing.
I will now ask you the world's shortest question ever, Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Thank you.
The peak of all Half-Life 2 in terms of story and gameplay. This was the last Half-Life game that we would see for a long time, at least until Half-Life Alyx. And a legendary cliffhanger that took so long to answer, G-Man himself decided to retcon the ending in-universe via the ending of Half-Life Alyx.
Release your father, Princess. Good.
This game is retroactively the first hero shooter, though don't ever say that to a TF2 player's face. It is a meme institution and the funniest video game I have ever played. It is a stupid hat game that, unironically, might live forever.
I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
Now you're thinking with Portals. This game is the gold standard for all modern-day puzzle games. And it was originally the consolation prize of the orange box, but it ended up becoming the biggest surprise of the entire bundle.
Grabbing pills, grabbing pills.
Grabbing some pills, grabbing some pills.
Pills here, pills here, pills here.
Yet another gold standard set by Valve, this time for co-op shooters. It is proof that zombie games aren't boring or oversaturated, other games just suck at it. This game, and its sequel, will forever haunt Turtle Rock Studios with imposter syndrome.
Grabbing pills.
Grabbing puke? Grabbing heroin. Adrenaline.
This game is a textbook example of improving upon perfection. This is the best playing and best looking game that still runs on the Source 1 engine in my opinion. And without a shadow of a doubt, this is the best goddamn co-op shooter and or zombie game to play to this day.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
You didn't know Valve made this game. Revengeance. I literally know nothing about this game, and let's be real, neither do you. I guess it's Valve's first attempt at a top-down game. I guess.
And it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage.
Now you're thinking with Portals, The Empire Strikes Back. This game has the wittiest writing of all of Valve's games. And this is also the game that proved that J.K. Simmons is a goated voice actor.
I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah, take the lemons.
Demand to see Life's manager.
Yeah.
Make Life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am?
Zuckerblatt. Zuckerblatt. Zuckerblatt.
Is the reason we are in an esports hellscape right now. This is ground zero for the virtual skins casino apocalypse. And like it or not, this is one of the most important multiplayer games of all time.
Naku, lakad mo! Latak matatak! Lakad matatak!
Normally.
Emos Lama Jama! Tapos ang boxing! Inisama! Uy! Teka lang,
iba to!
Sir Chief! Teka lang, Sir Chief! Huwag kayong mainis! Maalam patis! Panating! Oh my God, Sir Chief! Panating victory! Dahil kita na ako times 3! 30 game pa! Easiest money of my life! Grabe naman, kaya pala ginagawa ni Ii yun. The next level play.
This is the other reason why we are in an esports hellscape. This game is an extremely efficient and effective use of your time as a productive human being. This game has the highest highs and the lowest lows in gaming in my opinion.
Please give me Coke. Do you have Coke? And ask them the price of Coke.
What the fuck am I looking at? This game is the closest Tencent will ever get to having any ownership of a Valve game. No, seriously. What the fuck am I looking at?
In Dexter's laboratory lives the smartest boy you've ever seen.
Tech Demo Revenge of the Fallen. This is Valve's attempt at dipping their toes at VR development. It's a game where you basically dick around in VR, which is redundant because that's what VR chat is for. This is objectively Valve's biggest tragedy. Why this game decided to have a price tag when the in-game card packs were already pricey is a mystery that will never be solved. It was a unique idea, but it fumbled at too many things all at the same time. Bonus sentence, hey, it lasted longer than Concord, right?
Powerful and feared in equal measure, Ebe has a stranglehold. Oh my god, they killed her. Okay.
This is a game that was based off a mod of another game, which was also a mod of another game, Nintendo Eat Your Heart Out. This is my personal biggest tragedy when it comes to all of Valve games. This game is actually really fun, and you should definitely play it. This is not an attempt to gaslight my audience into playing a game with a declining player count.
This is amazing. This is amazing, but holy fuck. I'm actually sweating.
This is the best VR and Half-Life game that you will never play. This is easily Valve's most ambitious game ever made, more so than even Half-Life 1 back in the 90s. This game answered one cliffhanger only to leave us with one far more blue-bally. Is that a word? I'm assuming that's a word. This game is basically the corpse of a failed attempt to relaunch Artifact 2 with a 2.0 release. This is one of the few times where Valve released an unfinished and failed game for the public to widely see and play with. No further comment. Nobody plays this game. Tech demo, Dark of the Moon. This thing only exists to show off the Steam Deck's capabilities. This game is still a Portal game, and it's still extremely funny. This game is just like CSGO, but worse. So in other words, it's not like CSGO at all. Members on my Discord have this to say about Counter-Strike 2. And at the very least, the Source 2 visual upgrade does look amazing, so we have that at least.
Well, now that you've heard Deadlock's origin story, let's figure out what this agent does. I am extremely pleased myself and Brenna joined by John Gasicki, lead producer on the Valorant Characters team.
This is the only MOBA that does anything new with the genre. This game isn't finished, but it's already better than the vast majority of other live service games that are basically counting down the days till their server shutdown tweet. And finally, don't let the fact that this game is partially a MOBA scare you. Give it a try if you are able, because this game is honestly super rewarding and extremely fun. And that's all the Valve games. Let me know if you agree with anything that I've said. Thanks for watching, Internet Wanderer. Do the YouTube things.